Okay, so back for some more Enigma and some fun with three visits, right? So this is the gist of the combo. We've drawn through our deck, we've stacked up our pitch, we have three visits. Now I'm taking Crown of Reflection and Fleetfoot Sandals instead. So usually the goal would be to have 5 cards in hand, right? 2 to play the 3 visits, plus the 2 3 visits, and then 1 to pitch into Uphold Tradition, and then 2 swings. But using Fleetfoot Sandals, we can actually target 3 visits to give it a go again, and then the Crown of Reflection allows us to cheat in the other 3 visits. Meaning if we have 2 resources floating, we only need 3 cards in hand, or we only need 4 cards in hand, right? So where this really comes into play for me, and the overall archetype of this deck, is through cash out and just normal Enigma play, right? If you're just building a board every now and then, you draw a cash out, you start racking up the silver, and then eventually, when you're going for the combo, you have that silver to just draw through your deck, and then the 4 cards to play, right? Making it a bit more achievable than, again, taking Uphold Tradition, Crown of Dominion, and, just whatever other boots and chess piece you really want. Now, I do also have the Celestial Kimono, so technically we're slightly off on the damage. We could have 1 more card on the pitch, but 42 is still not that bad, right? I'm guessing Dorinthia has enough block and we can't actually carry them, but we might as well see. So 21, let it hits, see what they do. The actual worst card for Warrior to have, or I should say best card for them, is Steelblade Shunt, right? Because it would then pop the 3 visits, especially. Well, actually, I could sacrifice the kimono for it, I suppose. But yeah, so now we can Crown of Reflection, pass, destroy the 3 visits, and put the other 3 visits into play. I completely forgot the Fleetfoot Sandals, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Right, but still, 42, it wouldn't have been enough to KO. Putting them down to 7 is still fantastic. Maintaining this is not as great, right? Because on our opponent's turn, it's going to go back to 0 ward. But what about if we had 1 turn of setup? Okay, so we have a much better start, right? We can Prismatic Shield, pitch any blue, so 1 of the cash outs, because we'll hold on to the Rising Sun. Now, it's not as perfect. We could have had 1, say, Amulets put into play, or 1 other 0-cost aura, like Restless Coalescence or Phantom Tidewall, both which are instant, 0 cost. But now we can cash them out, and we can destroy the Spectral Shields. So 3 of them, that's 3 silver, plus the Null-Rune gloves and chess piece, right? Because again, only the crown and the boots are our real combo pieces. So that's pretty nice. We get 5 silver, right? We don't have to worry about our opponent popping the ward. We have to take 1 turn of damage, but we can then draw through a third of the deck relative, right? Depending on, again, the cards that you actually put into the deck. So Arsenal, the Rising Sun, Setting Moon. We draw Preserved Tradition, cash out, so at least we have the double play, right? There's Phantom Tidewall, if we want to cash it out. But we'll take the damage. I mean, here's the other thing. Again, I could literally just spend another turn putting out the Sacred Art, putting out Phantom Tidewall, right? Phantom Tidewall into the Sacred Art. I still get the Chi. I get 3 tokens to cash out, and then go into the draw turn. I mean, I get it's class constructed. We'll do that, right? We can survive 2 turns easy. And even if this isn't the circumstance you're going for, the idea would be just to build a ward board. I love saying that. And then just cash it out slowly, like 1 or 2 pieces here or there, just to start racking up that silver for when we actually go into 3 visits. I mean, technically, I can play it right now. Do I want to do that, right? Is there any difference? It doesn't have any draw, so I don't really care. I'd still be playing all 3 cards. The Rising Sun, Setting Moon is probably something we don't want. So it'd probably just be Phantom Tide, more the Sacred Art, pitching the Preserved Tradition, and then cash out on my turn. You know what? We'll do it. We'll spend another turn setting up, right? So Phantom Tidemore, we then play the Sacred Art, pitch, right? We get to choose all 3. We get the Chi back, which is fantastic. We can then pass. We have a Chi card in hand for Tenant if we draw it, or just a blue if we draw cash out. We can also cash in. We now also have an abundance of silver to cash in as well. And again, right, our chances of dying in 2 turns in Class Constructed, right? Is that a big possibility? Depending on the deck, sure. Against, obviously, a precon, no. But yeah, now look at that. We just have draw. We're taking another turn damage. It's fine. The best thing you could actually take in terms of chess piece is the kimono, the one that flips, right, when you're on 1 life. And then that's another just plus chi to hand or plus blue to hand, right? Which makes it all a lot easier. But there we go. We took 21. Again, no ward to pop. But if we had ward, that'd be soaking the damage anyway and allowing us to draw the game out. And yeah, 8 silver to do what we want, right? So I could even just probably draw enough through the silver rather than going to the combo piece. We only need 4 again, right? Crown of Reflection and Fleetfoot Sandals. So yeah, I think we're in a very, very powerful spot. Question is, do I want to use Rising Sun, Setting Moon? We have to play a blue first, so it's Tenant, definitely. Do that, do that. Draw, float 2 resources, another cash in, another Phantom. We do the Rising Sun, Setting Moon. I guess the drop won't really matter. Do I want to cash in, right? See, this is the question. Do I just cycle with silver? I'm guessing you just cycle with silver at this point. Having the yellow pitchables isn't that fantastic, so maybe we try and get rid of them. So we'll say no, we'll pitch the Inichi, pass, draw 2 more, there's another cash in, we'll get rid of the other one. So say no, pitch the homage, pass, draw 1 more blue, perfect. So now we can cash in, say no, double pitch, yeah. And look at that, we got the 2 floating, and now it's basically just cycle through the deck, stack up the pitch, and then play the 3 visits. And that's all she wrote, basically. I mean, we might be able to KO off of 3 visits at this current time. I wish I took more cards, right, to show off this combo, because we could have gone 3 more cards deep, right? But we now 3 visits, pitch, pass. It is a 36. That's not too shabby. Is that correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. Sometimes, I don't know, Felt Table hasn't been updating correctly with 3 visits. But yeah, so now we just swing, right? We pass, and this time I remember to use the 3 Fleet Sandal. What is it? Fleetfoot Sandals. There we go. So use that. Why are you not defending? Is it just because it's so much damage? That's interesting. But anyway, there's the go again, right? Crown of Reflection, destroy the 3 visits, put the other 3 visits into play, and swing. Done. 72 damage, right? Oh, now you're doing the equipment. Now you're blocking, I guess, because it's lethal. It doesn't really matter. 72 is going to be more than enough for everyone but Enigma, basically, right? So yeah, that was with 1 turn setup. Let's take a look at the type of deck you could actually take for this combo, because it's just nuts to me that this is where Flesh and Blood is at the moment. So yeah, here's the type of deck you can run, right? Enigma. You build offense by building defense, right? We're already hearing gruesome tales from the pre-release where it just dominates because no damage can get through, and it's just it's an entirely different game. It's going to feel like that, right? Because you're building just this giant board state of creatures, and well, not creatures, ward, and it's relatable to MTG, and that's a weird position to be in, but yeah, right? The basic gist is you just throw out whatever you want. You play Enigma how you'd normally play Enigma, which is just having a lot of ward, swing every now and then, just soak the damage, cash out when you draw 1 here or there, just rack up a little bit of silver, right? Again, if you get to like 6, the combo would be doing 36 damage. If you got to 7, 42, and vice versa, so on, whatever I'm trying to say, basically, right? And then, yeah, you just play 3 visits, right? You can take Fleetfoot Sandals and Crown, or you could take Crown and Dominion and Mage Master with Cash In and Tome, right? But then you need the +1 in hand. So I do definitely think, in terms of going for the combo, Crown of Reflection and Fleetfoot Sandals are a lot better, right? And then the Koi Bless Kimono, this is just, this card's insane to me, right? I was a little bit negative towards it, thinking that the payoff wasn't as good as it needs to be to really be impactful, but no, this is monstrous, right? So if you're on that 1 life, you then get to search for an Inichi, put it into your hand, and shuffle, right? You get a whole extra card that's a blue resource, right? So fantastic value that you can then either do for Enigma, for Tenant, for the Sacred Art, for any of the cheat cards, not that I'm taking any of them. And that's crazy strong, especially in a damage controlling deck like Enigma. Now, the big thing for me is, if you compare it to Frostbite from Tales, Frostbite, you pitched away for it. So eventually you're going to get those cards back, right? It slows down your play, but you're not losing anything. With Enigma, the ward is eating all the attacks, right? So you're still playing, you're doing everything you can do against Enigma, and it's just being consumed by ward, right? And it's not hard for her to rebuild. There are so many of these great cards that have, if there's no other auras, do something extra. Ward 3 plus an extra Ward 1 that you can then swing with Enigma for free, right? That's insane. It's still pressuring a little bit of damage, but also building this huge amount of defense. She also works wonderfully with Battlefield Bastion, right? As a way to prevent damage, get a little block. Again, try to save some of the ward aspects for you to just go nuts with. But overall, yeah, you stall. it is the most controlly, fatiguey deck I think we'll ever get, and Enigma is just going to be this big curiosity, and I really hope she outowls quickly, because it does seem like and feel like and look like just a completely different game to Fab. I don't know if I'm happy or sad about that. I'm excited because I want to play this type of deck. I want to, again, stall to like 3 visits. I want Melody in Classic Constructed, and this is probably the best bet I can utilize for it, right? It does everything Melody wanted to do, right? Which is stall and prolong the game while building everything you need to then just combo off and have this massive swing. But I feel like it needs a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of balancing. I don't know how it's going to fare against an actual tuned proper deck, right? But from what we're seeing, mid-level to Armory to definitely pre-release, she just soaks up everything. And that's just utterly insane. But yeah, I'm going to have fun with this, right? It'll be in the description. Again, you just set up your board, you just play Enigma as you would normally play, which is just throw out ward, swing with what you can, soak up the damage, and rinse and repeat. You draw a cash out, you cash out a couple things, leave enough to, again, still be defensive, and then once you have enough silver, you go for 3 visits. And that's all she wrote. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.